Welcome to another episode of the Married Game Podcast, where the voice you trust when it comes to lust, and we are who you hire when she lacks desire. You may know a hockey player because he's lost a tooth, but today we're going to talk about the unpopular truths.
Well, that'll do.
One in a row?
That's one in a row.
All right. Hey, what a freaking week we've had. We're back from Florida. Going to Walt Disney World was so much fun with you guys.
Yeah, well, except the chill, cold. They said it was the coldest day there in over 100 years.
Serious?
And it happened to fall on that day we went there.
Are you serious?
And the degrees was like 33. It says feels like 25. Like, it was cold. Obviously, it was a lot of fun and it warmed up and it was good, but we bought all the Mickey gear, that's for sure.
Have you noticed? And the Winnie the Pooh gear and all the good stuff. I got the coolest Mickey jacket. I got probably 17 compliments on that jacket. No lie.
It's cute. I wore it and I got a compliment on it too.
18.
Yeah.
No, but the truth is you know what I've noticed? Because I'm going to use some big air quotes for those of you who just listen to the audio. We suffered together.
Yeah.
You two were suffering. I was not in a suffer one bit. I loved every bit of it.
Well, we were thinking going to Florida. We just came from Miami. It was hot. We wore a bathing suit like all day.
Yeah.
The next day, we're on our way, and I was like, it's getting chilly. And then we drive the 4 hours, and we get there. We're like, just out of nowhere. Like, we were not prepared. I didn't pack any sweats, nothing.
But listen to the story.
No, look at us now, huh?
Well, I'm saying, like, if you suffer through something like that, whatever it is, it's way colder than it should have been or could have been.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about, if it was just a sunny day, be like, oh, it was fucking perfect. But now it's like, oh, it was cold as shit. Jovi was miserable for like the first hour until she got the
all
gear.
Her gear and yeah.
But that's the thing is, I like that there was some resistance for us. I really enjoyed all of it. I
could have done without the cold.
It wouldn't have been the same story without it.
No, it wouldn't. But my same story would have been I pulled the sword.
Yeah, you did.
Which I was freaking out
Yeah, because
about.
I didn't think that actually really happened.
No, it did though.
But it happened for you.
Yep.
The sword and the
Jovi
stone.
just went before me, and then she was like, "Are you going to go?" And I was like, "Okay." You know, I'm just in it to win it.
Yeah.
I pulled it, and it kept going. I was like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Freaked out.
And you said, "I don't want any pictures. I don't want any videos." So we were just.
Because I just thought I was going to go.
We were just in the moment with you, and then you actually won. Maybe they were waiting for the people that don't have cameras up to blow their mind in reality.
Like to charge them too and get the pictures.
I don't even know if it's so much for that. Is it so much for like?
They blew my mind.
Yeah, it did. It did blow your mind. God, it was just so much fun.
It blew my mind. It was so cool.
Disneyland is better than Disney World, if anybody's
I would agree.
Asking. That is a truism. And whenever you go in those environments and you're around a lot of other people, it, for me, it helps me quiet the voices in my head. Because before I did my Fab MEO journey, there's always a story. You run into somebody, there's a story. If they're fat, they can't do this. If they are dressed really nice, then you think about like there's almost like a story we instantly say about people in our head. Almost none of the time it's true, but for some reason it feels true until you realize that's actually not true. Well, in an environment like that is a really good place to practice like not having the voices in your head. Because you're running into thousands and thousands of people that all look very different from each other.
Yeah.
You got the 7-foot black dude and you got like the 4'11" white chick over here. These are different species. You know what I mean? They just look so fucking different. And you don't know any of their stories.
Right.
So for me, it was like really fun to navigate that because we're not around like that people like that often.
No, just during theme parks and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In those environments, or like airports. There's just so many different people that have, but the story isn't true. It's not even my job to have a story about them. I'm trying to stop the stories so that way I can bring calmness to my mind, not like constant. Could you imagine having a constant conversation in your head all the fucking time?
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you want it to be a good, healthy conversation about like, what am I doing this weekend to make my life awesome? As opposed to, I wonder why they're wearing that sweater. Oh, they must have went to da. Now you're like solving problems for mysteries that don't need to be solved. And you are leaving your mystery, your life still unsolved in the process. It's like we're trading away it's like a horrible trade.
You know what's funny about that? But I have like less judgment about people because I'm just like, they're just people. I don't know, living their life, like whatever. But I did have some internal anxiety on and how like parents were parenting
Mm.
or their children like crying. I think that I was like, I think one has a diaper rash, and like I'm not gonna say anything to the parent, but it was like making my heart break, and also I had a lot of anxiety about the parenting in a weird way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, but this is an opportunity because all of these same things are the same practices that if you use them in your marriage, they actually create peace and calmness. So a lot of guys think that they're going to learn everything inside their marriage, or that it has to happen in their marriage for them to learn about it. Truth is these are human qualities and traits. We were just here with a guy shooting a sales video thing for our whatever, and he kept fucking up the words. And he was like, I was just waiting for you to snap. I was like, no, dude, I want you to actually say the words the right way. So why don't we just work on saying the words the right way, and then we'll jump back in and try another video.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
Right.
He's not used to that. Most people aren't used to like actual calm and peace. But me acting that way to him gives me what? Practice for being that as a human for when something may have come up where you're like, I'm not doing it right or whatever. It's like, take your time. No biggie. Patience.
Yep.
Patience. So like you can literally get better at your marriage by treating everybody you meet amazing.
Well, because you and I work together too, if you yelled at me if I got something wrong, I wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, we're not doing this. Cut out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even going to go down that path with you.
Yeah.
So.
But that is a common human courtesy that most people don't allow their actual marital partner to have and experience.
Like they're supposed to be perfect in their mind and there's no grace.
Meaning they wouldn't treat a stranger a certain way, but they treat their spouse a certain way. Like they'll yell at their spouse, but they won't yell at the other human being. What the fuck? Like, where did that become a thing? Well, but that led me to, I did a Instagram live this morning. Today's November 19th, 2025. If you want to go back and watch that live, it's
the
live.
day before what?
What?
The day before
what?
The
day before I turned 47.
What?
Yeah, dude. I feel great. I was telling you, and I cannot wait to be 50.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It just, if I was 50 right now, like,
what? Then what?
do you know how old 50 was when I was growing up?
Yes, because I'll be 40 next year, and that sounds old to me. So I know that feeling.
So 50 was like basically like he doesn't have a walker, but he's got a cane. Growing up.
when you
too?
look at
50
a
years
cane,
old.
50.
I mean, the hip.
Remember the Golden Girls?
Yeah.
They were like in their 40s.
Stop it.
Swear. Remember I sent you the Cheers? People from Cheers.
The little old lady with the moo-moo, the funny one.
They were, the oldest one was probably 50, and that's a cane.
No.
I swear.
Okay.
I swear.
We're going to have to chat GPT this as the show goes on. Can we find the exact ages of what they were portraying them as?
Look it up.
And then how old were they in real life while they were doing it? Yeah. Okay, so that being said.
Mm-hmm. I was watching the Santa Claus, and he was 37, and that guy looks 50 there.
That's what I thought.
I was like, are you kidding me?
I was like, 50 is so fucking old.
Yeah.
And now I'm turning 47 tomorrow, and I feel so young. No lie, this day, today,
Yeah.
is better than any day before.
Wow.
In terms of how I feel about my body, how I feel about my mind, how I feel about what I do vocationally. Like everything is better by every fucking metric.
Wow.
Every metric.
Makes me happy for you.
Well, no shit. But could you imagine growing up they said 40's over the hill.
I remember my parents turning 40, so I'm like, me? No.
Yeah, exactly. But 40, if somebody told me they're 40, I'm like, oh, they might have maybe started to figure out a little bit about who they are.
Yeah.
Because that's when I started figuring it out.
One thing I really, really liked about you in the beginning that you said that you liked older women because it gave me grace to get older.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be good.
I still like them older.
I know.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, young is beautiful, like
sure.
supple, whatever. But I think you like the maturity level. You like someone confident, knows who she is. So,
and it can have an actual dialogue with me. I like a brain. You like brains too, but I like brains. It's have a dialogue. Like use some of your fucking moves to get me excited. Like, give me some mental fucking jujitsu to go, I haven't heard it. I'll tell you, okay, there's this lady. She's kind of cute, but not like totally my type at the gym. A little shorter, a little
Was she
wider.
50?
But no. She wasn't any of that. But she had calves, which not all girls have calves, right? And I was kind of catching up to her because she was so short. And I go, yeah, I'm not running up on you. My legs are just a lot longer than yours. And she goes, no. I said, but hey, well done on your calves. You know what I mean? And and she goes, God bless you.
Oh,
I was like, hey, thanks. So I saw her again today at the gym, and I go, I gotta make sure I heard this right. Did you say God bless you to me? And she goes, I did. I go, you don't hear that every day.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. And I walked off. It was such a stunning. It was such a juxtaposition because you don't hear that shit.
You should be like, oh my God, thank you. Like, right.
I don't know what it was, but she's just God bless you. And I was like, I never hear that phrase.
Yeah.
Ever. Well, yeah, but that's like a Gesundheit. You know what I mean? So anyhow, this energy of fuck, it keeps getting better. I hope I'm saying this into my 70s. I really do. Because that would seem like an epic life, to have fitness and virility and cognition and life under your belt.
I mean, if you just don't stop doing what you're doing, it won't stop.
I'll just be 150 going,
I want to be like Cher.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You know, like she just reverse ages.
It feels like such a shame that humans, they kind of expire pretty fast. Like even nobody's looking at an 83-year-old going, that dude is lifting weights you're on the decline.
Yeah.
80 years? Like, what the fuck can you learn in 80 years?
Is 40 over the hill or 50?
Dude, I don't know, but I know that 40 and 50 seemed so fucking old, and now they seem so young. They seem so young.
Yeah.
And I am talking like an old man right now. So with that being said,
you're like, I'm in my primes.
I feel it, man.
Well,
I feel it.
You feel it. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. If I'm picking any timeline from 47 back and I need a Keith in every metric, I'm picking this guy.
You're just right where you're at.
Yeah. Maybe, I'm more flexible. I'm even more flexible now, dude.
Which you love, by the way.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You're more flexible than I am.
Well, yeah.
Not will, yeah. I mean, usually.
I'm a martial artist.
Oh, okay.
That's what happens when you're a martial artist.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, so were we going to talk about the entitlement thing?
I know, this is our normal conversation at home, wouldn't it?
All right, well, how about this? Let's jump into the unpopular truths. We got a good segment here.
Okay.
We got a good roll. We'll talk about that entitlement later. I was talking about how we did it on the Instagram Live. Just go watch the Instagram Live. But
yeah,
we'll talk about another podcast because there's some nuance and some questions I had for you. But I also want to get into this segment.
Okay.
So with that being said, welcome to the unpopular truth. Jesse and I will read a statement about marriage and decide if it's actually unpopular, meaning not a lot of people know about this, or if people just don't like hearing it. Then we'll break it down and talk through what's really going on. All right.
Let's go.
Most couples fall out of love because they stopped being interesting to each other.
I don't know if they know that in their head consciously of what's happening, but that is a true statement.
So it's probably unpopular truth.
Mm-hmm.
Most couples fall out of love because they stopped being interesting to each other. Yeah. The spark's going to fade. You know, if you're not interesting, makes me beg the question, how does one stay interesting?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
What's your thoughts on that? How would you tell someone to stay interesting?
Keep doing the things that they were doing in the beginning. For some reason, they get tired of doing the things, or they're like, I'm married and I just don't ever need to try again. And you're like, yes, you do.
Yeah. Stop being interesting to each other. I always thought that the best way to be interesting is to be interested. So I think if both people had a policy, aka high standard in their life, and go like, I'm going to be really interested in this human being. I think when someone takes an interest in another human being, that person that has the interest taken in them feels really good.
Why does the interest stop?
There's probably a number of reasons. A, they stopped being attractive. They started doing unattractive things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm no longer interesting to you if I'm not including you in anything that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
you would be curious and interested for a time because you're being excluded. But then eventually you'd be like, well, I'm excluded, so I'm going to take my ball and go down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yep.
Anything else you want to add to that?
No.
Okay.
Love it.
Women test men because consistency is sexier than romance.
Yeah, that's unpopular as well. Because, like I said, not consciously do you know you're doing that, but that is the underlying issue and problem.
It's the consistency.
Mm-hmm. Men always say that, not always, but they say they're going to do something and don't follow through. It's like, there you go again. There you go again. They're pretty consistent at doing that.
Yeah. That seems to be a human trait all across the board, doesn't it? Do you think women do it as much as men?
No.
Women do what they say they're going to do more than men do what they say they're going to do?
I would think so.
Meaning that's been your experience, is what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
Really? So like if you have more women in your life that if they go, I'm going to be here at this time or I'm going to be at this thing and we're going to do this thing, that actually do that than men in your life who do that.
Yep.
By a lot?
I think so, but why? I'm like wondering why is that the case?
Well, let's break that down, but I just want to make sure the math is correct first.
I would say more women do that. I mean, I have a lot of flaky friends, but I think more men, I don't know. But I know women more keep their word.
You think so?
I think so.
I might agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
From my personal experience.
Yeah, but like why now? Now I'm wondering why.
That's a good question.
I know.
I've got a couple. We can just pull shit out of our ass and see if it works. Because I think I've got some ideas. What do you have an idea? If somebody,
I don't know. That's what I'm like. I don't know why women, when they say they're going to do something, most of the time they do it. There's been more cases of women doing it than men that I feel like. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not true. I mean, you're telling me your experience.
Yeah.
I'd say that guy, you are a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Saying what your experience with women is more on that one. Men might feel differently. I don't know. You also are somebody who does do what they say they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you might also be attracting more people that are also like that.
Right.
And my guess is you have more friends that are probably women than you do that are dudes. That you would even rely on. If they said they were going to do something, like they don't need to really.
Well, now that I think about it, though, I have some real flaky friends, too, that it just, I don't rely on them. I just do my own thing.
Women test men because consistency is sexier than romance. I don't think that women consciously test men that much. Do you? I mean, do you
Not consciously.
Yeah.
No, but I do believe that is way better than romance.
Consistency?
Mm-hmm.
How are you differentiating the two in your mind?
Well, romance is something that you do once a month or once a year or on a birthday or whatever. Consistency means like you're constantly keeping your word to yourself, to your partner, and that to me is more attractive than 1 month of a staycation.
Yeah.
It's easy to be fun one night.
I say that's an unpopular truth, meaning not a lot of people know about it.
Right.
Yeah. I like that.
Next.
Most men want their wives to change before they change themselves.
I think that's very...
They don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that everybody knows that one, right?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Very popular, that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty popular.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting is, almost every guy I know, this is their default answer. How did that happen?
I don't know.
How did that
Do women do that too?
happen? Think their husband needs to change before they change?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Maybe that's just the human condition where you look at others and go, it'd be nice if you fucking changed. So that you
That's how when I'm getting frustrated with you, I'm like, and he this in my mind, and him that, and him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's human nature, actually.
Wonder why we're so hell-bent on other people changing for our preferences.
Our ego, we think we're awesome.
Yeah. That's so wild, dude.
I know.
But that's kind of like that whole thing we were talking about, the entitlement. Like maybe this is a good time to talk about that because most men want their wives to change before they change themselves. What I think a lot of men don't understand is that they are the ones who change their wives.
Wow.
They're the ones who did it. Why? Because your wife came into your world. She didn't have to feed you. She didn't have to clothe you, and she didn't have to tell you what you were doing during the weekend. In fact, it was impressed that you fed yourself, clothed yourself, and you had your own fucking weekend plans.
Yes.
And then he starts to get entitled and starts to lean on her. When's dinner? What outfit should I don't know, my wife dressed me. Hey, what are you doing this week? I don't know, I gotta check with my wife. And what has actually happened is he's now putting the weight and the burden of those simple, basic, should do on your own responsibilities now onto her, and now she's burdened down. And he's like, well, why aren't you light and airy and feminine? And she's like, well, I'm also carrying a lot of your bullshit that you apparently think is entitled to you. Like, how somebody expects that somebody else is going to make them fucking food. It's just the wildest thing.
I posted something like that the other day. And it's like, if you want old-fashioned food and, if you want 3 meals a day, then let's do the old-fashioned thing, basically. Then you paying the bills and going to work. Like, if you expect those, I expect these. So if you don't expect it, you shouldn't expect it.
Yeah, but see, what you just did right there?
What?
Was just two humans deciding what the value of the exchange was going to be.
Exactly.
That's all any marriage is. Which is the truth. But yet, because we've been so culturally and societally groomed to believe it can only be this way, that if it doesn't look like that, then I'm either wrong, it doesn't work, I'm fucking up, she's wrong, she needs to change, yada, yada, yada. It makes men go absolutely fucking mental because they're trying to hold up this ideal, that almost nobody hits, and they're trying to force themselves into a form that almost everybody rejects, and yet they're like, well, what the fuck? It's like, dude, I don't know. Which one of your best friends have ever asked you to come cook all your meals, do your fucking laundry, and come up with the plan for the weekend and so you can just hang out?
Wow.
It's never happened.
Yeah, and we started as friends. Like, so
you started.
Now you're treating me like a butler?
Well, here's the thing, little butler.
Butler?
There's a picture is a guy, and he's on top of the world. Big world, beautiful world, amazing world. And there's this woman on her world, but smaller. And so she's looking up to him going, wow, his world's better than mine. And if I insert myself into his world, my world will now become better. And what happens is she comes over into his world, and then he puts his world on top of her and says, oh, this world that you saw me had where I had my clothes were done and my food was made and all this type of stuff, awesome. I'm going to save some money. I'm big fucking air quotes, on all those services, and now I've got somebody that lives with me, I'm going to put all that shit on her. And why isn't she feminine? Why is she so burdened? Why is she so laden down? Why are you so exhausted? What the fuck's your problem? You're like, dude, I'm doing all this shit, and by golly, a lot of it's for you. It is so obvious to me. Do you like that I live this way? For the most part, I mean, I'm learning more and more. I just thought of something this morning. I'll tell you about it more later. I'm like, oh, I could take over that too. Fuck. Oh, I can't believe it.
Well, tell me now. You just enticed me.
I can't remember what it is, but I know it was big. I'm like, she's going to love hearing this.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I can't think of what that thing is. But I'm asking you.
I love it. This is the big thing that changed for me.
I want them to hear from you what it's like to have a man that actually lives this way.
We were talking the other day, and I said, when people get divorced, they get along. Most of the time, they start getting along better.
You did say this.
And I said, why? It's because they start actually having meetings and talking because they have children and things to talk about. So they start talking. They start discussing, okay, you got this, I got this. You get kids here, I get kids there. And then they have time off. So why don't people in their marriage start discussing, you take Jovi, then I get time off. Even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, I need time off too. And then I work this day, you don't this day. Like, now we're discussing and figuring out the perfect schedule as single parents together.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they just don't talk, get divorced. Now they have to figure out things.
Yeah. And he figures out how to match his clothes. The point of the IG live was, your wife will never be able to feel in her feminine, and she'll always feel like you're her child. Because what does she do? She feeds and clothes and plans the weekends for her. You need a play date? Oh, we need a play
exactly.
date. And like, she's doing the exact same things for her children as she's doing for you, and yet you don't want to be considered a child.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? It's so ridiculous, man. So it's easy for us to see now.
Yeah.
But what does that do for you to be able to get more in your feminine? There's still stuff that I know you still tackle and you are working through. And it's not that a woman can't take on a problem and a project and still not be in her feminine.
Yeah.
But in terms of our relationship, what does that do for you in that regard?
Well, it allows me to be a better person, better wife, better mother, which then in turn makes me happier because I'm better at that then. Because when I feel overly stressed about some certain things and I feel like I'm failing, like then I don't feel very good about myself. I don't want to feel like I'm failing you, failing Joby, failing everyone. I don't want to walk around feeling like that.
Yeah.
I want to be like thriving.
Yeah.
Not just treading water and trying to keep my head above it.
Yeah.
So it allows me to be happier. Like the whole of it, I get to be happier.
Yeah. This frame, albeit though it sounds extreme, is the ultimate way for a man to regain his sovereignty and to feel great about who he is inside. I just love that I don't need anything from you.
Hmm.
I don't. What I want from you is what I get from you. That's companionship. We can talk through things, shared goals and vision about what we get to go to do together. I've never felt like this as a man.
Like peace.
Yeah, but I don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
I want you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's certain things I can't do as a man alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which feels good too.
Well, yeah. Well,
because you can do everything yourself. Feels good to be a little wanted.
Yeah.
Or needed.
It's like people, they squash the environment that desire needs to grow. And they squash it. And rather than just be like, ultimately, a man, this is what the guys on the internet in the comments will not be able to admit this because their wives will see these comments. But for those who are able to get with the truth, this is what's actually happening. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
A man wants his wife to be his biggest cheerleader,
mm-hmm.
to be able to, he wants her to be thinking about him like, I'm so glad I got him and not that, you know, that if he wants anything sexually, she'd be like, what a pleasure and a joy. Like, that's what he wants. But where does he think that fruit grows? It has to be grown in a garden where desire is allowed to breathe. You squash it down with a bunch of stuff. So it's like, you want to be a king, right? Is basically what I'm describing. A guy wants to be a king.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't expect the queen to be cooking the meals, to be doing the laundry. I'm using imagery here so they can go, they see this king on his castle. Not only does he have a queen, but he has this whole harem of women that can fulfill all the same things that a guy says he wants. But he's not saying to the harem women, hey, you need to go do this. He goes, I want you to sit around and be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what your job is? Be fucking beautiful. Oh, and not only just be beautiful, but I want you to know how happy you make me.
Yeah.
And how much you please me. So I need you at your tip-top shape to be in the thing that makes you happiest and the thing that makes me happiest. If a guy can understand that frame and then go, it's my job to create this container, which I've become a hell of a lot better at.
Yes.
And I'm not finished. I know, I'm like, ooh, I can do this and this and this. Ooh, this is going to be a fun project. Now I'm fucking fired up because I realize that there's way more room to grow as a man by taking almost every fucking thing I possibly can off your plate if I want to be treated this certain way. That is such an extreme frame, but that's who I teach. Guys who are fucking extreme.
Why do couples have so much fun when they're on their vacation?
How about side pieces?
Yeah.
You gonna go drop your laundry off at your side pieces house? No, you say, hey, I've got this place for you.
God.
When I want to get my dick sucked, I'll hit you up.
And they
Perfect.
say, sure.
Yeah. Not, can you pick up the kids and drop off the dry cleaning and I need a meal and oh my God, I forgot this. Can you run it over to my work?
And make sure you're wearing lingerie when I get home.
And but the guys are like, okay, but Keith, how do I get the actual fucking context? You have to own everything.
Wow.
And for some men, that makes them afraid. Other men, they go, I've always wanted to be the boss. I got these new boss shoes, right? They're fucking rad. They're my favorite. I love them, but I love that they say the word boss on them.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I'm like, that's what you are.
Oh, cute.
You're the boss of your life, Keith.
Yeah.
What the fuck does the boss do? The buck stops with him. If it comes down to it, he's the guy that's going to stand up and fucking kill the tiger. That's the guy. That's the boss. He's the boss. It's the fucking boss. Some people are afraid of the responsibility of the boss. I was afraid of the responsibility of being the boss for fucking far too long.
Yes.
Until I realized, dude, step into the shoes, my guy. You're the boss. Like,
and you
but
get
now-
everything else you want in life.
And the boss doesn't mean do what I fucking say. The boss is the one that brings the best out of every fucking buddy.
Yes.
So,
That's a big one.
speaking of that, bringing the best out of everybody, 9 months ago, almost to the date.
It's your baby.
Almost to the date. We came up with the idea of the Man Cave Comics group, the Provocateur. It's an actual picture. For those of you just listening, why would you do that when you could watch it on Spotify? At any rate, for those of you, you can see it's an actual comic book. And as my chiropractor said, you've explained one of life's greatest mysteries in 100 words or less.
Wow. I got chills.
He said, we did. And this is myself, Lexi, and a guy by the name of Mason that illustrates everything for us. And we go through and show step by step what is going on. We have a recap of here and then the case file, and here's how to order more. So we're not going to put the link just yet because we're getting everything dialed in. We got the second issue coming. There's going to be a monthly subscription type thing.
That's so cool.
But it's going to be sent. You're going to open it. We've already given it to 100 guys, 50 or 60 out in Florida, about 30 or 40 guys out here. Even some strangers when I was flying home from Florida. He's like, what do you do? I go, well, just read this. And he read it right in front of me. And he was a business owner in Newport Beach and doing his thing. And he goes, like after page 1 or 2, he goes, oh God, that's me. Oh, I've done that. As soon as he got done reading it, he hands his thing right over the aisle to his business partner. He goes, Tony, read this. That exact tone. Tony pops his head up about 5 minutes later and goes, dude, I need another one. Oh my gosh, what the fuck's going on? I need this. So very excited about it. The project, the team, the crew. I'm the boss of this, but the two people who illustrated it and edited and made sure the script was in, they're better at this than I am. They made this a reality. But I'm proud of it as the boss of it because I got to speak my genius into it, but then they got to do it. That's being a boss.
Mm-hmm.
And that's having cool
boss.
shit like this. That's, to me, that's being a fucking boss. And that's cooler. That's way cooler. This other shit's gay. That shit's cool. So let's close it down for tonight on that one. I think that one gave me the zhuzh I needed. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I'm just so proud of you. I think that's the coolest, most different idea. I mean, retro is so awesome right now. I just love that. And I like how you just pass it out to everyone.
You know what I did? I gave it to my barber. I put 3 copies so they can be on there.
Yeah.
I want to get them in every barbershop. I want to get them in every jiu-jitsu place. I want men reading this and understanding it. Because if they can see this, they can start to see what it means. It'll set them free. So I receive your compliment. I love it when you're proud of me because I'm proud of me. And actually, one of the proudest things I think I am of this, and I don't remember which part of the team member, and even Heike helped us with this first one. So shout out to Jonathan Heike on this one as well, because he gave us some really good ideas. And he was actually a comic book lover. So he's able to give us some really great fucking ideas. One of them, I don't know who came up with this one. It might have been him or somebody else.
I didn't even notice that.
But it's a panty signal wrapped around the title of the Provocateur. And so that's the bat signal. So every time there will be that signal, it's the panty signal. The Provocateur comes in and shows him, hey, knucklehead.
The Provocateur needs a little beard now.
Oh, well, that's just there'll be monthly issues that we can get him.
He's going to grow. It's going to get longer and longer. Each issue is like...
that's so good. We can't wait to go back and find out how he became it. So there's so much of your and my story is going to be littered in there. We have so many ideas. And just so I can put it on record here, the day before I turned 47 years old, telling you for the first time ever about this beautiful comic book. And we don't have a little vision for it. We have a big vision for it. We believe that the married gay, or the Hitch, the movie Hitch for married men needs to come out. And they need me to help them. The Provocateur, we believe, can turn into like a full-blown movie series showing people. I mean, there's so much that could happen with this, and I'm excited as shit about it.
Has a funny Ryan Reynolds playing it.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking hilarious.
Dude, if Ryan Reynolds would become the Provocateur,
that'd be great.
That would be fucking epic. So I'm excited to get this in the hands of every guy I can possibly get a hands of. And last thing before we close. We went and spoke in the Man in the Arena, in front of 1,000 dudes. And at this point, speaking to me is, I'm just going to go up and share my truth. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's been working for so long, I just trust it works. And unless I get feedback otherwise on how to make it better, I just keep doing my thing. And it was a pretty chaotic day. And in big arenas, you feel more like you're talking at somebody than talking with somebody. So it's different for somebody who's really into communicating with people. But it's such a beautiful event. So proud of Garrett and everything he's doing. And I got so much feedback in my DMs. And you remember I even covered my head. And it was like, it was a special moment of how impactful our work has been to start to learn to accept that all of my quote unquote mistakes, our mistakes, the shit we've all been through, the stuff that everybody's been through, but for somehow we got out on the other side and are living the example saying, oh, by the way, dude, just you can read this comic book and you can fix everything, right? It's one of the coolest feelings ever. And it's fun. It's fun to experience it with you. We're getting a lot of acceptance in a lot of places that I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And that's been so fucking cool. And so I really hope, and my vision is that this thing could change a generation. And that a 6-year-old right now, his dad sneaks him a copy, even though it's not, you don't really sneak, it's just whatever. But that when he turns 46, he'd be like, oh yeah, I avoided all of that stuff because I read it. Like, nobody knows what we're teaching. Almost nobody knows what we're teaching. And yet this might be the way to let people know so they can actually change their life. So I'm so super proud of it and really fucking excited about it. So
I love that. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, we're proud of me. We've been talking about how proud of me we are, but let's talk about you. What's going on in your world? Is your wife proud of you? Is she complimenting you, or is she complaining, criticizing, and critiquing everything that you do? Your wife is a mirror to you. She's just mirroring back her real-time experience. If you've ever been a stand-up comedian and stood up in front of a crowd and nobody laughed, that's what's happening right now. She's saying, you're not funny. She's saying, I'm not attracted to you. She's saying, your shit stinks and you're oblivious to it. That is hard for a man to accept at first, but I can tell you on the other side of accepting that you are the problem and you are the solution, there is something that awaits you. It's a feeling inside. It's actually the one you're chasing. Having sex with a beautiful woman, it's fun, it's awesome, and it makes you feel what it makes you feel like. I can tell you this, nothing compares to knowing that, you know what, you've actually risen your life to a standard that's really, really, really commendable, and you know it, your wife knows it, and it's a feeling inside that's greater than anything. So everything that we're talking about actually is to help you return to that feeling of feeling like a man, that you know you're living on purpose, you're living on point, and you're actually being an example and a true leader for yourself and for others. That feeling, nothing like it. And that's what we help you do at marriedgame.com. So if you want to have a good conversation and rather than be mad or sad about the holidays, or maybe even you're waiting for the holidays to be over to tell your kids that you're getting a divorce, why not make this season, this time right now, during the holidays, a time for you to change your life around, to reprioritize who you are and what your family is, and get yourself going in the right direction. We can help you at marriedgame.com. Go there. Or if you want to read a book about it, go to marriedgamebook.com, read it there, then go to marriedgame.com. Either way, we're going to help you get your head pulled out of your ass. And as always, keep crushing it, because that shit is contagious.